Chosen one, there is something about you that cannot be explained in words, something that is felt before it is understood. It is not merely physical, not something that can be replicated or imitated. It is something far deeper, something unshakable, something that radiates from within and commands attention without effort. From the moment you walk into a room, the air shifts. It is not because you try to be noticed. In fact, you do not chase attention, do not seek validation, do not need to prove anything to anyone. And yet, they notice you. Their breath catches for a second, their focus sharpens, their energy responds instinctively before they even understand why. They try to rationalize it, try to tell themselves that it is just attraction, just admiration, just another presence that happens to stand out. But deep down they know it is something more. It is something rare, something undeniable, something they cannot escape even if they wanted to. You carry yourself with the kind of confidence that does not need to be loud. It does not scream for attention, does not demand recognition. It is the quiet, unwavering confidence of a man who knows himself completely, a man who is comfortable in his own presence. And that is what takes their breath away. Because they have met men who seek approval, men who adjust themselves to fit into the expectations of others, men who try to impress in hopes of being chosen. But you are different. You do not try to be chosen. You do not seek to convince. You do not alter your presence to make someone feel a certain way about you. And yet, they cannot look away. It is the way you exist with certainty, the way you hold space without needing to fill it with unnecessary words, the way you move as if you belong wherever you are without needing permission. It is the way your energy speaks louder than anything you say, the way your presence lingers in their mind long after you have left. They do not understand how you do it. They only know that they feel different when you are near. They find themselves adjusting unconsciously, standing taller, shifting their body to be noticed, hoping for even the slightest acknowledgement from you. And yet, you do not give it freely. Not because you are unkind, not because you are arrogant, but because you do not seek validation in the same way others do. And that is what makes you unforgettable. Because while others try to be impressive, try to be seen, try to prove their worth, you simply are, and that is why you take their breath away. Chosen one, they are not prepared for what it feels like to be in your presence. They have met men before, have been admired, have been pursued, have had their beauty praised in 1,000 different ways, but none of it compares to this, because you are not like the others. You are not chasing, you are not performing, you are not hoping to be accepted. And that makes you the most dangerous kind of man. The kind who does not need anything from them, yet still commands their full attention. They feel it in the way they react before they even realize it. The way their breath slows, the way their body leans forward slightly, the way their mind becomes fixated on you, searching for an explanation as to why they suddenly feel out of control. They were supposed to be the ones in charge. They were supposed to be the ones who decided who was worth their attention. But now, they are the ones hoping to be seen by you. And that terrifies them. Because they have never felt like this before. They have never had a man make them question their own power, their own control, their own ability to dictate the pace of attraction. But you are not like any man they have ever met. Your presence is not fleeting, not easily forgotten, not something that can be explained away as mere interest or curiosity. It is an experience, one that lingers, one that leaves them wondering, one that makes them rethink everything they thought they knew about attraction. They find themselves comparing everyone else to you. They find themselves disappointed when other men fail to evoke the same reaction. They find themselves craving something they do not even fully understand. Because what you give them is not just attraction, it is certainty. It is the certainty of a man who does not need permission to be who he is. It is the certainty of a man who does not beg for attention, but instead lets his energy do the speaking. It is the certainty of a man who knows he is enough, without needing anyone to confirm it. And that certainty is what takes their breath away. Not your words, not your looks, not anything superficial that can be replicated or borrowed. It is the rarest kind of power, the kind that comes from deep within, the kind that cannot be faked, the kind that leaves an impact without effort. And now, They are left with only one question. How do they become the ones who get to experience that power up close? Chosen one. Something is happening to them. Something they cannot name. Something they cannot explain. Something they cannot control. It starts subtly at first. An awareness, a shift in their energy when you are near. They feel your presence before they see you, like an invisible force that alters the very air they breathe. They do not understand why they feel this way. They only know that they do. You are not trying to impress them, yet they are already impressed. You are not chasing them, yet they are already hoping you will look their way. You are not bending over backward to win their attention, yet they find themselves wanting to earn yours. This is not how it is supposed to be. They have spent their lives being pursued, being admired, being placed on a pedestal by men who wanted them, men who tried too hard to be noticed, men who would have done anything just to be in their orbit. But you are different. You are the first man who does not seem affected by their presence in the way others are. The first man who does not stumble over his words, does not seek their approval, does not let their beauty dictate how he carries himself. And that is what makes you impossible to ignore. Because while every other man before you has sought to please them, sought to prove themselves, sought to be the one who captures their attention, you do not play by those rules. You walk through the world as if you do not need anyone to validate you. As if your worth has already been decided, and you have no interest in convincing anyone of it. And that makes them desperate to be the one you choose. They do not understand why this feeling is so strong. They only know that they feel it. They only know that when they are near you, they feel the need to straighten their posture, to adjust their tone, to be more without you even asking them to be. They want to impress you, not because you demand it, not because you expect it, but because your presence alone makes them feel like they should be worthy of your attention. And that realization shakes them to their core, because before you, they always assumed that they would never feel this way about a man. That attraction was something they controlled, something they dictated, something they had power over. But now, they are realizing the truth. You are the first man who has ever made them question everything they thought they knew. And now, they are left with an unshakable certainty. If they do not capture your attention, if they do not find a way to make themselves unforgettable to you, if they do not become the one you choose, they will regret it forever. Chosen one, they are no longer just intrigued by you. They are no longer just drawn to your presence. They are no longer just admiring you from a distance. Now, they need to be seen by you. It is not enough to watch you from afar. It is not enough to feel your energy in passing. It is not enough to be one of the many who recognize what you are. They need to be the one who stands out, the one who lingers in your mind the way you have begun to linger in theirs, the one who gets to experience what it feels like to be truly chosen by you, the one who is not just another face in the crowd, but the one who holds your attention when no one else does. And that is the most terrifying part of all, because they have never had to fight for attention before. They have never had to wonder if they were enough. They have never had to prove themselves to anyone until now. But for you, they are willing to try. For you, they are willing to risk rejection. For you, they are willing to break their own rules. Because you are not like the others, and that means the rules they once lived by no longer apply. You are not impressed by superficiality. You are not swayed by empty validation. You do not chase, do not beg, do not give attention simply because it is demanded of you. And that has changed the game entirely. Now, they are the ones who must step forward. Now, they are the ones who must earn the right to be seen. Now they are the ones who must prove that they are worthy of standing beside you. And that realization is both thrilling and terrifying. Because for the first time, they are not in control. For the first time, they are the ones who feel the pressure of not being enough. For the first time, they are the ones who feel the fear of being overlooked. And that fear is what pushes them to do things they never thought they would do. They watch you more carefully now. They analyze your every move. They adjust themselves in ways they never thought they would have to. Because they refuse to be just another admirer. They refuse to be one of many. They refuse to let this feeling slip away without knowing if you feel it too. They will not wait in silence. They will not let hesitation steal what they know could be theirs. They will not allow another woman to step in and take the place they now believe was meant for them. So now, they must decide. Do they stay hidden in the background, hoping that you will notice them? Or do they step forward, risk it all, and make sure that you do? Because one thing is certain now. If they lose you, if they do not act, if they let you slip through their fingers, they will never forgive themselves. Chosen one, she has always believed she had control. Control over her emotions, control over her decisions, control over the way she let herself feel. She was the one who made the choices, the one who decided who was worthy, the one who dictated how far things would go. But now all of that control is slipping through her fingers. She thought she could manage this, thought she could keep you as nothing more than an intriguing presence, thought she could admire from a distance and walk away if she needed to. But now, the thought of losing you is unbearable. It started as curiosity, a glance that lasted too long, a moment where the air between you changed, became something electric, something heavy, something that lingered far too long after you walked away. A single encounter should not have mattered this much, but now you have settled into her mind, and she cannot shake you. She tries to push the feeling away, tries to convince herself that she's overreacting. But it is no use. Because this is not just attraction. This is not a passing interest, not a temporary moment of desire. This is something more, something deeper. Something she does not know how to handle. And now, she finds herself in a silent war with herself. She does not want to admit it, but she is afraid. Afraid that she has waited too long. Afraid that another woman has already stepped into the place she wanted for herself. Afraid that if she does not act now, if she does not find a way to make you see what she already knows, that she is meant to stand by your side, then she will live with the regret she cannot bear. She has never been the kind of woman to fear losing a man. But you are not just any man. And if she does nothing, if she lets this moment slip away, if she convinces herself that waiting is the best choice, then she will have to watch someone else experience what she knows could have been hers. And that is something she cannot allow. So now, she stands at a crossroads. She can stay where she is, watching from a distance, hoping you will notice her, praying that fate will intervene and bring you to her. Or she can step forward. She can risk the fear of rejection. She can choose courage over comfort, certainty over hesitation, action over silence. Because the pain of rejection is nothing compared to the pain of never knowing. Chosen one, the moment of decision has arrived. She has fought this feeling, wrestled with it, tried to control it. But now, there is no more denying it. She wants you. Not in the way she has wanted others before. Not in a way that is shallow, fleeting, or temporary. She wants all of you. She wants to be the one who holds your attention. The one who lingers in your mind. The one who gets to experience what it means to be truly seen by you. But she knows that men like you do not chase. Men like you do not beg for affection. Men like you do not waste time proving themselves to those who are too afraid to claim what they want. And so now, the burden is on her. It is up to her to prove herself. To show you that she understands. To make you see that she is not like the others, that she is not another admirer in the background, that she is not just another woman drawn to your presence, but unwilling to act. She is ready now. Ready to step into the unknown. Ready to lay down her pride. Ready to risk everything, because the thought of losing you is no longer an option she can accept. She does not know what will happen next. She does not know if you feel the same. She does not know if this risk will lead to something beautiful or to the kind of heartbreak she has never allowed herself to experience before. But she no longer cares about the outcome. Because the only thing worse than rejection, the only thing worse than making a mistake, the only thing worse than being vulnerable, is never knowing if you were meant to be hers all along. Chosen one, she thought she could walk away from this feeling, that if she distanced herself, if she distracted herself, if she surrounded herself with others, the pull toward you would fade. But she was wrong. It does not fade. It does not weaken. It does not give her even a moment's peace. Instead, it grows. It deepens. It settles into her bones like something ancient Something undeniable, something that has taken root inside of her and refuses to be ignored. This is not how it was supposed to be. She was supposed to be in control. She was supposed to be able to regulate her emotions, dictate the pace, decide when and how she would let herself feel. But now, control has left her completely. You are inside of her now. In her thoughts, in her breath, in the way she moves through the world, always looking for you, always hoping for a glance, always waiting for a moment where she can step into your presence and remember what it feels like to be near something that awakens her so completely. She has never wanted like this before. This is not a passive desire. This is not the kind of attraction she can simply shake off. This is something primal, something unrelenting, something that will not let her rest until she does something about it. But even now, even as she stands at the edge of a decision she knows will change everything, she hesitates. Because if she steps forward, if she makes it known that she wants you, if she makes herself vulnerable in a way she never has before, what if you do not want her in return? What if she has built this connection in her mind? What if this fire is only burning inside of her and you are untouched by it? The thought makes her breath catch. It is a kind of fear she has never experienced before, a kind of fear that grips her more tightly than anything she has ever known. Because if she is wrong, if you do not see her the way she sees you, if you have already given your attention to another, then this feeling, this thing that has wrapped itself around her heart, will become nothing but a painful memory. And yet, despite the fear, despite the risk, despite the possibility of heartbreak, she cannot walk away. She cannot let herself live a life where she never found out. She cannot let herself sit back and watch someone else take what she now believes is hers. Because deep down, even through the fear, even through the doubt, something inside of her is whispering that you feel it too. And now she has to find out if that whisper is telling the truth. Chosen one, she has spent too much time in hesitation. She has let fear dictate her actions for too long. And now she is done waiting. She is done wondering. She is done standing on the edge of something that could change her life. Too afraid to take the step forward. She will not be the woman who lets uncertainty rob her of something this rare. She will not be the woman who convinces herself that waiting is the answer, only to watch someone else claim what should have been hers. She is ready now, ready to show you that she is not just another admirer, not just another woman drawn to your presence, but too afraid to act. She is ready to prove to you that she understands, that she sees you, that she recognizes you for what you are, a man unlike any other, a man who will not be swayed by the shallow games of attraction, a man who only moves toward what is truly meant for him. And she wants to be that woman. She wants to be the one you choose, the one who stands beside you, the one who gets to experience the depth of what she feels every time she is near you. She does not know what will happen next. She does not know if you have been waiting for her to make this move, or if you have already decided that she is not the one. But she cannot live with the regret of never knowing. She would rather risk everything, rather put her heart on the line, rather step fully into the unknown than live the rest of her life wondering if you were meant to be hers. So now she moves. She steps forward. She lets go of doubt. She releases the fear. She silences the voice in her head telling her to wait just a little longer. Because she knows, deep in her bones, that if she hesitates for even a moment more, she will lose you forever. And that is not a future she is willing to accept. Chosen one, she is standing on the precipice of something life-changing, something that shakes the very foundation of the world she has carefully built around herself. This is not just desire anymore. This is not just attraction. This is not even a simple longing to be close to you. This is something greater, something deeper, something that feels like fate itself pulling her forward. And yet, despite the undeniable force of what she feels, she hesitates. She has never been in this position before. She has never had to question whether she should make the first move, never had to wonder if she was enough, never had to fight against her own pride, just to step forward. Men have always been the ones who chased, the ones who pursued, the ones who made their feelings known. But now, for the first time in her life, she is realizing that you are not like those men. You do not chase because you do not need to. You do not seek approval because you have already given yourself permission to be exactly who you are. You do not bend for validation because you understand that the right people will recognize you without you having to prove your worth. And that, more than anything, is what makes her afraid. Because if she does not act now, if she does not make herself known, if she does not step into the space she so desperately wants to claim, someone else will. That is the thought that haunts her now, that keeps her awake at night, that forces her to confront the reality of the situation.